Hello, everybody. I'm a pedophile. I'm a rapist, and better keep your children away from me. What? 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 Anyways, sorry. Of course, it's a joke. I do it every beginning of every episode. It's a joke. So yeah. So let's make myself look like a 5-year-old. Better not be the cover. We're gonna look like a 5-year-old for this one. So what's up, guys? Goosebumps episode review, yeah. Anyways, we'll just shut up and actually do this. So today's episode review is Revenge of the Lawn Gnomes. Yeah, it's a pretty scary episode. 10 out of 10. Nope, save that for later. It's gonna be at my top 10s, even though, yeah, it would be in my top 10 Goosebumps episodes. And top 5 scariest Goosebumps episodes, because it's terrifying. Gave me nightmares. Gave me more nightmares than any other Goosebumps episode ever. Anyways, yeah, so let's get started. So, our episode begins with our main character, who's a boy, playing with his sister. They're playing a game of catch. She throws the ball over the fence, and he has to go get it. It's baseball, and their neighbor steals it from him, who is like a sergeant. He's an asshole. We're gonna call him Mr. Grouch. I did many recordings of this, and I called him I called him Sergeant Motherfucker, but sure. Call him Mr. Grouch this time. So Mr. Grouch steals his ball, and their dad comes home with a surprise for them. Well, for him and the whole family. Lawn gnomes. Actually pretty cool. I like lawn gnomes. Pretty cool. We actually have one in the front of the house. It's not Goosebumps, but... Oh, that was so mature. Sorry, guys. That's so immature. Professional now. Professional review. Greetings, everyone. One gnome sack. 10 off 10. The end. I'm just joking. Anyways, yeah. So he has lawn gnomes. And they said put the lawn gnomes out back, of course, because they're actually entering a contest, and that's why I got the lawn gnomes for the best garden of the year. Garden of the year. That's same as their neighbor, Mr. Grouch. Mr. Grouch, yeah. Better not be a cartoon character's name, because I'm just calling him Mr. Grouch for the hell of it. Because he's a grouch. He's an asshole. Anyways, yeah, his neighbor is their neighbor is a total grouch. Anyways, let's continue. They put the lawn gnomes out back. Their backyard's infested with pretty cool lawn ornaments, and yeah, pretty cool. But their neighbor, Mr. Grouch, decides to come over for a visit, hopping over the fence like, these lawn gnomes are ugly. Ugly lawn gnomes. I'm gonna win for sure. I was not positive about winning, but now I am. They're so ugly. He's a total douchebag. He's a jerk. He's like, I'm gonna win this contest because you guys have a stupid fairy tale like garden. It's just so stupid. His garden, it's so worse. No ornaments, no nothing. It's just hedges, plants, vegetables, fruits. Yeah, you name it. It's just stupid. Sorry, guys, I'm getting a call. Client, it's from Texas for some reason. Anyways, yeah, he just says their lawn gnomes are stupid. I'm like, dude, these props are cool. They're creepy. Anyways, that night, we actually get a POV shot of, you guessed it, the lawn gnomes, and they're trashing the neighbor's garden. They ruined his, like, I don't know what I think it was like tomatoes, potatoes, whatever. It's onions, I don't know. It's some sort of fruit. I don't know what the fruit is, or vegetable, or whatever. Anyways, yeah, they paint his face on one. And, they threw up his door. And the next morning, he comes knocking at their door, Mr. Grouch, and he's like, who did this? And then he calls down the son, main character, the dad, and the son's totally shocked to find out that, somebody trashed his garden. And literally not painted, but maybe painted. They put his face on a plant and then threw it at his door. A bunch of plants, yeah. And he's like, could a raccoon draw? No, it's not a raccoon. So yeah, they just kind of under the suspicion that the child's been doing something. It's the lawn gnomes, and yeah, so he's a little stubborn now. He's a little freaked out. Like, who did that? Maybe my sister? Is this a neighbor? Another neighbor? No, it's the lawn gnomes. Anyways, they're playing ring toss on the lawn gnomes' heads. I'm sure they don't like that. And they're just throwing rings, seeing if they can land. The neighbor's spying on them, like, oh my god, I'm under suspicion. And the boy and the sister are just talking. But when the sister leaves, he goes up to the lawn gnomes, and here's the creepy part where he starts to piece together the evidence. This just leads to a night scene, the first one of many, where he actually figures it out, like halfway through the episode. But he finds black paint, the color of paint that was used on the garden, the plant to draw the neighbor's face on, and there's just black paint right here. Like, no. And he goes to the other one. I think there was some sort of, I don't know, he found something else. I think he found black paint on them. And they're like, what happened here? Anyways, that night he's under suspicion with the lawn gnomes, or someone planted on the lawn gnomes to make him feel like he's going crazy or something. So he looks out this window. Well, he's not actually staying up, but he actually hears something outside. And he looks out the window and he sees red eyes in the bushes, so he goes out to check, and he's like, it's better not be raccoons, because it's creeping me out. And he hears something, like, flashing through the garden, the neighbor's garden. He goes to the neighbor's side, and there's a group of lawn gnomes. Some of them aren't even his lawn gnomes. There's just, like, 5, 6 lawn gnomes just, what are you doing here? Yeah, we're lawn gnomes. We're lawn gnomes. We're lawn gnomes. He's actually about to return. Godfather lawn gnome. Anyways, yeah. The lawn gnomes are thrashing the neighbor's garden, trashing it, throwing their plants around. They try to go get the boy, and he's running around the garden. And then the lights, like a military school, just shine down like God's like about to strike a lightning bolt. It's fucking mini God. Holy shit. And the neighbor comes out. The lawn gnomes just freeze and turn back into regular lawn gnomes. The other ones ran away that weren't his. I think they were running for like 3 there, honestly. There were 3 pairs of eyes when he looked out the window earlier, but 3 pairs of red eyes. Anyways, yeah, the lawn gnomes are just stood still. They're back to their normal state. They went back to sleep. And the kids all blamed for this. The dad comes out. He's like, you're gonna clean up this guy's garden. Understood? And he's like, but dad, it's the lawn gnomes. Of course he doesn't believe him. Sure, psychopath. Just said, maybe there's radio controls in them. Never mind, it's also psychotic. Anyways, the next day, we have a montage, which is actually pretty funny to see. It kind of lightens the mood a little bit from being scary. Which isn't a bad thing, because I really like this part. He has to clean his garden. He does a really good job at it. His sister's bragging how she doesn't have to, and she's just sitting there. Just drinking lemonade, reading a book on a hammock. Yeah, just chilling. Anyways, that night, he decides that, okay, I have to put an end to this now. I've got to confront these guys. They can't keep getting me in trouble. Here's the finale. He tries to wake up his parents. They don't wake up. They're still like half asleep, so they just don't wake up. He gets his sister up. They go outside and they look for the lawn gnomes, who were again missing. Who he in fact watched just get up and walk away, so we can show them that he's not kidding. At least his sister. And they go looking for the lawn gnomes, and they are now in like the woods behind their house. I don't know. They're in a bunch of trees. I think they're in the woods behind their house. Anyways, they're walking in the woods, and then they find the lawn gnomes meeting up. And flashlights at hand, they shine the flashlights of the lawn gnomes, and when they do that, the lawn gnomes kind of go back to sleep. And then they wake up when they unflash them. They could fight over what they're gonna do to them after lawn gnomes hold them down. There are 2 lawn gnomes that they bought from the garden shop, whatever. They're like, we should turn them tomatoes, or let's make soup out of them or something. And they're like, "Why are you doing this?" The sister's like, and they're like, I love this line. "'Cause we're gnomes. It's what we do." It's great. It's awesome. Anyways, so they managed to get away after figuring out the flashlight trick I told you about. After they say they're gonna squeeze them. And now we have a one chase scene, which is terrifying, this is the part that gave me nightmares. I'm just coming out of trees like, "Hey," showing the flashlight, get flash with light. Anyways, they ran out of the woods back into the yard, and the lawn gnomes are still going at them, and they're still running at them. And their flashlights die, so they run into the neighbor's yard because that's their last hope. And finally, the two main lawn gnomes finally get there, and they're like, "Time for you to die. Squeeze you." Right when it's about to happen, the lights turn on, and Sergeant Grouch, Mr. Grouch, comes out like, "What are you doing in my garden? It was both of you the whole time." And he's like, "I'm gonna get these filthy lawn gnomes out of here. I'm gonna throw them away. I'm gonna smash them with a sledgehammer tomorrow." He picks one up, and it's like, well, not as soon as he picks it up. When he walks away into the darkness, it's like, he's like, "Huh?" And it just squeezes him. It does the squeeze that they're talking about. And here is the part that we get to reveal the squeezes, and this is where the nightmares really came in for me when I was like 5. Like my preschool teacher, I'm like, "I had a nightmare last night." True story. What was it? Lawn gnomes. Goosebumps. Oh, I watched that one. And yeah, true story. I told my teachers all my nightmares in preschool. I said I had a pet dinosaur and it was birthday today. Sorry, stop talking about preschool. We'll get back to the episode. Anyways, the next morning, the people are there to see to rank him in the contest, and they're like, "Oh my god, this guy's gonna get number 1." They're going around the garden, and the lawn gnomes that did the deed last night are just now in their normal spots. They're all good. It's all good. It's all normal. Incredible. So, yeah, and they're about to win until they turn the corner and find one last lawn gnome ornament. They're like, "Well, we were about to give you the prize until we saw this ugly thing." They go over there, and they are just totally shocked to what they see. And it is Mr. Grouch as a lawn gnome. He's saluting. I love that. And I love the music that plays. It's awesome. It's a really good episode. So, yeah, and that's where the episode ends. Like, that's the squeeze. They turn each other into lawn gnomes. That could be how lawn gnomes are made. I don't know. I doubt it. I mean, why would you put them in a gnome outfit and just turn them into ornaments? Like, sounds weird, but it could be how they're made. How these ones are made. Anyways, yeah, that's the end of the episode, and let's do some rankings. So, the acting was spot on perfect. I'd say the most believable was the boys and the sergeants. The girls, okay. So I'm gonna give the acting a 9.5 out of 10. And fuck yes. Oh, special effects. There were quite a few. Special and practical now, since I have to do that more often. So a lot of the special effects are practical. There's no actual special effects in this episode. They're all practical. Anyways, yeah. Special effects, practical effects, 10 out of 10. They're really good. So overall, this episode is a 9.5 out of 10. The only reason it could have been scarier, but it was scary enough to give me nightmares, so I'm not complaining. So, hope y'all enjoyed this Goosebumps episode review, and I'll see y'all in the next one, which is, by my memory, give me a second to think here. I usually have which one's next. No. Okay, the final one this month is Vampire Breath. I just want to let y'all know that. But it's not the next one. I know there's one more coming up. Just stay tuned, guys. Stay tuned. See you guys in the next one. Bye.